Greetings. It's me, Britteny Floyd-Mayo of Trap Yoga Bae, and I am here to be your meditation coach today. Today's meditation is the observer meditation, and it should be completed in conjunction with the seated meditation. If you are ready, let's begin. In this moment, I want you to turn your attention to this room. Picture yourself in this room, seated exactly where you are. Now begin to move inwards and towards your skin. Try and feel your skin as you are seated in the chair. Can you see the shape being made by the parts of your skin touching the chair? Notice any bodily sensations that you may feel. With each feeling, acknowledging its presence and allowing your consciousness to move from it. If an emotion arises, acknowledge that this is where it is, that the emotion's there, and allow it to move at its own pace. Now I want you to notice any thoughts you are having in this moment. Quietly observe them for a few moments. As you watch your thoughts, I want you to become aware that you are noticing your thoughts. A part of you is watching yourself. A part of you is now noticing your sensations, your emotions, your thoughts. We will call that part the observer you. There's a person in there, behind those beautiful eyes, who is aware of what I'm saying right now. It is the same person you've been your whole life. In a deep sense, the observer is the you which you refer yourself. Now, I want you to remember something that happened last summer. Do you have an image in mind? Good. Remember all the things that were happening then. The sights, sound, your feelings. And as you do that, see whether you can see yourself noticing what you're noticing. See whether you can catch the person behind your eyes watching, hearing, and feeling. You were there then as you are now. asking you to believe this, nor am I trying to make a logical point. I'm just asking you to notice the experience of this awareness and to ask yourself whether the person who was there last summer, watching and feeling, is also here now. The person who is aware of what you are aware of is present here now, as the same way as then. There's an essential continuity where, in some deep sense, at this level of experience rather than belief, you have been you your whole life. Is this what you're experiencing at the height of awareness? I want you to remember something that happened when you were a teenager. Do you have an image in mind? That's good. Remember all those things that were happening then. Remember the sights, the sounds, your feelings. Take your time with it. As these sensations become clearer, I want you to, if just for a second, find the person behind the eyes who is enjoying each moment. The person who is watching, hearing, and feeling. You were there then, just as you are here now. Remove logic and fact from it. There is an essential continuity between the person who is aware of themselves now and the person who is aware of yourself as a teenager in that situation. You have been you your whole life. Finally, remember something that happened when you were fairly young. A young child, let's say around ages 6 or 7. Do you have something in mind? Good. Now look around. Remember all the things that were happening then. Remember the sights, the sound, your feelings. And again, try to note the moment in which you are observing yourself, seeing, hearing, and feeling. Notice that there was a person there behind those child eyes. You were there then, just as you are here now. You are now aware of what you were aware of as a child. You've been observing yourself at every stage of life. This is the observer you, who has always been watching you, taking in each moment from that perspective. And it is from that perspective that I want you to look into some areas of living. Let's start with your body. Your body is constantly changing. Sometimes your body gets sick. Sometimes your body is filled with energy and movement. Your body can feel rested, and your body can feel tired. Your body can be strengthened or weakened. You were once a tiny baby, fragile and needing constant care. But then your body grew to stand on its own. And your body may have faced many challenges by having some of its parts removed in operation. The cells in your body have died. Many of them staying with you from infancy to adolescence, and many dying over last summer. Your cells come and go. These bodily sensations come and go. Even as we have spoken, sensations and cells have come and gone. Everything changes except the you that you've called you your whole life. It travels with you in your mind and emotions, adapting to its every single change. Existing beyond your body. Yes, you have a body, but this you only experiences your body, but it is not a part of it. Now notice your body again, just for a moment. As you do this, every so often, try to observe how you're observing. Let's go on to another area, your roles. How many roles do you play? How many roles have you played in the past? Sometimes you play the role of mother, daughter, friend, wife, side bitch. Sometimes you're a respected worker. Other times you're a leader or a follower. In this world, there's always a role to be played. Even if you try not to play a role, then you would be playing the role of a person not playing a role. Even now, you're playing a role. The role of a participant. Beyond each role you play, there is a role that is unchanging and unmoving. That is the observer you. That part that you call you, that is always watching. It's always aware of everything you are aware of. This you does not change. It does not bend to fit other roles, and it is not affected by it. It stays in its form. The observer you is not a part of your body. It's not part of a role you play. It simply experiences them and take notes. This is not about creating a new belief for you. I'm not asking you to believe this. I'm just asking to distinguish between what you're looking at and the you that is watching you looking. Now let's move on to another area. Emotions. Your emotions are always changing. In the span of a few minutes, you can move from feelings of love to hatred to calmness to joy to happiness to sorrow. Even now, you may be experiencing emotions. You can be feeling interest or boredom, relaxation, think of things you may have liked before that you don't like anymore. Think of fears you've had before that are now resolved. The emotions give you the only promise of impermanence. Waves of emotions come and go. And even then, the you does not change. The you observes every tiny moment of joy to the emotional tsunamis that take over your thoughts and body. But they always go. And the observer you is always there, remaining unaffected. You are not your emotions. You are an experiencer of emotions flowing in and out of you. Realize this. This is all an experienced event. This is not a belief you must have. In a deep and important sense, your you is constant. You remain you through it all. So just notice your emotions for a moment as you do. Notice also that you are noticing them. Now let's turn our attention gently to the most difficult area, your own thoughts. Thoughts are difficult because they hook us and pull us out of our observer world. If this happens, gently come back to the sound of my voice. Notice how your thoughts change restlessly. Your thoughts used to lack knowledge, and then you went to school and you learned new thoughts. These new thoughts created in you new ideas and knowledge. Sometimes you think about things one way, and sometimes you see them from a different angle. Sometimes your thoughts make little sense. Sometimes thoughts enter your head automatically without your permission, without your control. Sometimes thoughts keep you up at night, even though your body is tired and ready for sleep. Thoughts constantly change. Look at what your thoughts were like when you started your day and how many different thoughts you've had until now. And still, the you that watches you think is unchanging. Although you have thoughts, you are not just your thoughts. Don't believe this. Just notice it. And as you realize this, a stream of thoughts continues. You may get caught up in them. You may become consumed by them. But there is always a part of you that is standing back, watching each thought come in and leave again. So now, watch your thoughts for a few moments. And as you do, notice also that you are noticing them. And as a matter of experiencing rather than believing, you are not just a body, a role to play, emotions or thoughts. Although these things create experiences in your life, you are the arena. You are the context. You are the space in which they all unfold. And as you see that, notice that there are things you've been struggling with and trying to change are not you anyway. As this war continues battling on, you will be there, unchanged and watching. Can you take advantage of this connection and let go just a little bit more? Notice these domains that show up as you do. Notice that you are still you. watching and being aware of what you are aware of. Now again, come back and picture yourself in this room at this time. And now picture the room. When you are ready to come back in, open your eyes.